What's up, y'all? So it's Saturday morning, and me and Drewski, y'all see him. We over here. We're gonna get to it today. So I got to show y'all something that somebody brought me. They gave it to me. Customer of mine. It's an old mower that they had, and they were going to use it for parts. And he said he was going to take it to the dump. And I said, "Oh man, let me see what it looks like." So here it is, y'all. Y'all see that? This is a Turf Tiger 2. Is it a Turf Tiger 2 or what is it? No, this is just a Turf Tiger, y'all. It's got the liquid cooled engine, no seat, no battery, and it's just a parts mower, y'all. So I guess at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna give it to somebody. Any of y'all need a mower for parts? The only part that I need off of it is this right here. That's what he wants that. So I mean, the damn mower deck is probably worth something. I mean, especially if you got some. I mean, I don't know. But y'all can tell, I just want to show y'all this. Y'all can tell that they built them better then than they do now. Look, they got the adjustable spring on it, like the X-Mark, and they got two of them, y'all. Two. Now, X-Mark only has one, so I know this deck's a whole lot lighter, and it's adjustable. Two springs for the deck. They got the same concept here with the way that is. Boy, this thing definitely seen better days, hasn't it, Drew?
Yeah, I'd say so, bro.
Jeez, man. Jeez. All right, Drew, go and load that mower on that trailer, and we'll just take the 700 blower with us. So again, y'all, I don't know. I'm not gonna do nothing with it. I'm gonna take it to the scrap yard. So if somebody close by, subscribers or somebody that just wants it, that wants to play with it, wants to try to get it running, I don't know. And there's a few things it needs. So I don't think it's worth putting the money in. For me, it ain't for sure. You're talking about minimum. Just to be able to even see if it runs, you're talking about probably $500 that's to even see if it'll crank. And then if it'll crank, what other issues you might have with it, who knows, so yeah. But y'all let me know in the comments, man, if y'all want it, man. If somebody wants it, man, all you gotta do is drive down here to Georgia and get it. I'll give it to anybody that wants it. This is the property that I'm on. Okay, so see, so basically we're gonna be running a mower in here, and I'll get the exact parameters when he comes out. Okay, so we got a doggy line right there, so we have to be aware of that. I hope it's underground. See, I'm basically just gonna put a mower in here and mulch all this up, and I definitely will be feathering the deck. See, you gotta watch out for stuff like this. And that's why it pays more money. See, a lot of guys, and I wouldn't recommend it, would not put them over into this. but I'm not a lot of guys, so yeah, it's pretty bad. But I got, you know, everything that I need, really. I don't know what that is, and I could very well tear a mower up. Boy, it looks bad back here. Now, of course. Hey, what's up? I won't be running over this. All right, y'all, this is a customer. Let me talk to him. So, y'all, I'm going to put the mower up in here. I'm glad I got 12 tires and everything. And we're gonna see what we can do. So we're gonna be cutting this grass too here. And it may take a couple of trips to get this back like I want it, as far as the bed area. My thinking is mulch it all up. So if I had Bo out here, we'd be picking up sticks, but I don't. So yeah. Took me 2 hours, but she paid me $300, so I can live with that. You know, got Drew running. He's a little bit ahead of me on this route. We got, you know, since we had to change it up just a little bit when Bo didn't want to work, or when Bo wanted to act a fool, you know. So Bo's already calling me, so he done went through his money now. He finna get dragged though. I ain't gonna work it tomorrow either. You don't get rewarded for being an idiot. So, and now we're going over into this area. This area right here, it's not the country club, but the houses are just like that. It's one of the few places I go in where the yards are real small. We got 2 on one street that we're doing. I got Drew doing one, and I'm gonna do the other one. Then we're both gonna head back across town toward where we live at, and we got 2 more on the same, you know, they're right next to each other, and they're pretty big. And then we got 1 more in the neighborhood. We may not do that one in the neighborhood today. So where you at over here? You done cut it? All right. Yeah. What?
I fixed this fence back there. Katie fixed a couple years ago.
Yeah, she charged him like $1,000 for that shit.
Hey, I was thinking, dude, if you don't care, man, I'm gonna try to get me a couple bills off that.
Off of what?
Fixing that fence.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if he'll pay you a couple. Don't rip him off.
I ain't gonna rip him off.
Well, they've ripped him off, dude. I mean,
that's what
I mean, you can buy that whole pound for $25.
I didn't tell him that, dude. If you'll give me $150, come over here and fix it one day.
You can replace it for that. And still make money, dude.
Hey, man, you created this monster, okay? All right, now that it's getting out of cage, you Dr. Frankenstein in me.
Oh. So I ended up getting $300 from over there.
Did you?
That's pretty good, really. Did you eat your sandwich? I ate one, dude. Boy, I'm
well, what I'm gonna do, man, since I stopped and Pete anyway, I bought a hamburger. I'm gonna eat them 2 for supper and 1 for breakfast.
That motherfucker was swinging, man.
I know. Well, I started eating. I said, you know what? I'm gonna take this home and warm it up and do it justice.
Yeah, it's really good, dude. That shit is good.
You're a lady hell of a cook, though, ain't she?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she'll throw some shit together quick.
Dude, once I weed eat this, the grass don't eat.
Yeah, just when you weed eat, when you cut, you just got to be careful, you know, between the, and don't forget to get the check under the mat.
Okay.
The, you know, the area between there and the porch. Huh? Yeah. So he came to me and told me that. He knows that he's like, I don't ever want them over here again. And I don't know, what's he want to do with the fence?
He just said falling apart. He wanted to
You can buy one, dude, for like $30. I mean, that's what I would do. I wouldn't try to fix that one. I'd go buy a brand new pressure treated one and drop it in there. You got less time involved, and you spent $30 and you make $150. You can't fix that and it'd be worthy of any money.
What if I could just, I don't know.
You got a truck, dude, you can go buy an 8-foot piece.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if I could just go buy one, then charge and put it in and make $100.
There you go. See, that's more like it. Trying to fix that one, dude.
Well, that's what I was thinking, actually, to be honest with you.
I mean, I would replace it. Now, the only thing is, that was painted.
Yeah, you said Katie painted it.
Yeah, but she charged him. I mean, and I was all against that, but I didn't know it after the fact. Of course, Zach and Katie didn't tell me they charged him like they did.
Well, why would they?
I was like, man, they charged him more for that little piece of fence than I charged to trim all these trees. You can buy that as an 8-foot piece.
I would have paid that.
Yeah, that's an 8-foot piece. You can buy that right there. You go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy that 8-foot piece, and for less than $40, I think. Might even be able to find one painted already.
That'd be the hard part, painting.
Well, I mean, you're talking about a $6 can of paint.
Yeah.
I mean, but you could charge more on the labor end of that. You can say, okay, brand new fence, brand new paint, brand new install, $200.
I'll think about it. That ain't a bad idea though.
Well, if you're gonna do something and you're gonna charge, you want it to be fixing that. Well, how would you fix that?
He just wanted to sit back up. All you have to do, she rigged it up. She straight.
I know she got the zip ties holding it up.
Yeah, you see how she set it up? She had a thing sitting there holding it up. I told him, I was like, I could maybe run something in the ground and hold it, but
yeah,
that'd be what I'd do.
Yeah, you could buy stakes.
Come over here with some stakes, take them in the ground, stake it
and
off.
Then screw it to the stakes.
Yeah.
I mean,
$150. $100. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, like I said, I'm worried about yards today. Though. I told him I couldn't do it today with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So
he knows I'm gonna charge shit out of him.
Pretty good little bit of weed eating over here, but not much more.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on down here and do this one. You just focus on this one, and then when we leave here, we're going to Willis Road, and then we'll do those two on Willis Road, and that'll be it. I know, man. So the property I just left y'all, the owner, I did some tree trimming over there a while back, and the owner, now he wants me to come back, and he wants to take out 4 little pine trees, that are nothing, and pull out 3 bushes and trim a tree, not lift trimming, but trim a tree, and take out a big crepe myrtle. Of course, he don't want to pull the crepe myrtle out. He wants to just cut it off at the ground. $700. So I'm probably going to end up doing that next week or something. Damn. Wow. Hungry, man. Good eating right here, man. Homemade barbecue. Hell no, man. Yeah, that's gonna be sweet over there, man. A $700 lick, man. Man, I love that kind of thing, man. It's a big deal. You gotta be able to identify the work, Like when he came, when my customer come up to me, when I got over there to that last one I just did, not that one where I had, not the $300 one, but this is a $50 yard, just a small yard. And when I got over there, he says, I did tree trimming over there, and he paid me good for that, And so when I got there, he's telling me, hey, do you know anybody that pulls bushes out? Yeah, sure do, me. And I know he'll spin because he spin on the tree stuff, the tree trimming with the lift. So, and then that conversation turned into even more. Was I said, well, I got a job up the road I'm going to be taking the Bobcat to. I said, I come by here and snatch these bushes out for a couple $100, on my way to this other job, which is about 2 miles from there. And he's like, okay, that sounds good. And so then we were talking, about the Bobcat and all, He said, well, how much you charge to take this? He said, I'm going to get somebody to take this crepe myrtle out. I said, you know, my damn alert went up because I'm thinking, okay, you know, maybe I can get, you know, $300 or $400, you know. I said, well, shoot, while I'm over here snatching them bushes out with the bobcat, I'll come snatch that out too, you know. And he's like, really? You know, machine will do that? And I'm like, yeah, you know. So I'm already here doing that. So then, he said, oh, I want to show you something, you know. And so we went down there and he's got like 4 pine trees that are, you know, like that. I mean, you know, 25 foot tall, nothing, you know. He said, I want to get all these removed too. I'm like, I'd do that too. And he said, oh, you see that tree right there? I'd like to get that tree trimmed, you know, not lift trim, but trimmed enough where, you know, pick it, you know, about 15 or 20 feet. And, you know, I can do that with the bobcat, you know, put Bo in the bucket or Drew in the bucket, or I'll get in the bucket, don't matter. And with a pole saw and cut those limbs off. And so I said, well, how about this? How about we do that, and that, $700. It's like, deal. You know? And he hasn't done anything, you know, to his yard to create all this. All these things have been there. All that work has been there. It's just identifying, you know, it, and identifying what the customer wants, and being able to adapt to that, you know, whatever it may be. Now I could in theory go over there, and me personally spend an hour over there, without the bobcat. I mean, literally, and cut down everything that needs to be cut down, and cut into pieces, and then have Drew and Bo loaded on a trailer, and me be there about an hour. I mean, in theory, that you know, they might be there a couple of hours, but I would, you know, I wouldn't have to be there, and that's kind of how I'm thinking. Some of these jobs you got to do with the bobcat, because, you know, to make the most money, you know, you gotta, you know, yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer at this point. 3 years ago, that wouldn't have been a no-brainer. I'd been like, oh man, you know. But I could pull up on that job right there with the skid steer, pull up on there, and pull out those bushes, throw them on the dump trailer, and snatch down that crepe myrtle and those pine trees, and be out of there in an hour, and then take the skid steer to another $1,000 job, you know, up the street, to another job that I got, that we're gonna be over there for a day or two. The guy wants river rock, he wants, you know, and people are spending, man. One thing about it, y'all, man, I'm telling you, man, people are spending money right now. They are spending. I mean, I'm getting more calls and more cold calls, and more calls from our customers that are ready to spend some money. And they're not spending, you know, an extra $50. They spending hundreds of dollars, you know, thousands of dollars, you know. So, and that, you know, comes from, well, the reality is it comes from stimulus money, and it also comes from, they know me, so they'd rather spend money with me than with a total stranger. He knows, I mean, I've been doing his yard 6 or 7 years. He knows me. And I did the tree trimming over there. When I had my stump grinder, I ground a couple stumps out for him too. So, you know, you just build relationships, man, not customer base. You know, I build a customer base, but you have to. But I also build relationships where my customers know me. They know me. They don't just know that I do lawn care and, you know, landscape work. They know me, the person, you know, and they know that I'm not, you know, trying to rip nobody off. And I nurture that. Like today, when I was over there in that bed with the mower, I told that man, $300, and then I would do the yard for another $100, and he agreed to $400. Well, once I got over there and saw that the machine that bed back there was worse off than I thought, and it was and the mower wasn't doing quite like I was it was so thick. And so when I told the man, I said, look, I feel bad about charging the $400, so let's just do $300 and to include, the yard. Well, see, it was going to be $300 to do that back area, and y'all see the video, and then it was going to be $100 to do the yard. I don't even know if I got any video of the freaking yard over there. I don't even know, because I was having a hard time over there in that bed with the mower. I know. I thought my mower was Superman for a minute, and then I realized it ain't. So he wants me to bring a skid steer over there, and he needs it. That's what we need to actually remove some of that pine straw that's in the bed. And, he wants to bring the lift over there, trim some trees. There's a lot that he wants to do, so I'm thinking to myself, well, let's just do $300 today, and then I won't feel a certain type of way about not being able to get that area back there as good as I wanted to. And that's what we did. So that's a new customer I got, and that's going to be a $90 yard, and they are, a quarter mile from an existing yard that I'm already doing. So, and by me doing that, and this is a new customer, by me doing that, then the new customer realizes that I'm not in it for just the money. Of course, we're all in this, to a certain degree for the money, because, well, we have to pay our bills and stuff. But he realizes that $100, and he didn't ask me to do that. I volunteered that. And when you can buy, and when you're able to do that and still be okay with the money that you are getting, the customers love that, especially people that don't know you, and that's how they get to know you and believe in you, because you are actually giving them what they consider a deal. Because he agreed to $300 for the back and $100 for the yard. I did the back. It didn't do as good as I wanted it to, so I didn't want to charge him what we had agreed on. I wanted to charge him less. So, I'll get more money out of him, because I know that he's going to spend with me on the Bobcat work. So, and I told him that. I said, man, I feel bad about charging that much for that back area. Let's just do, like I said, $300 for everything, yard too. All right, y'all, like I said, that we're done. One thing I noticed on the mower that Drew runs is there's a lot of vibration in the foot pedal, I don't know what it could be. A couple things it could be. It could be a bent blade, but I kind of doubt that, because I just put brand new blades on it 2 days ago. And I'm the only one that's ran it. And it's a pretty big vibration. So I don't think it's the blades. Of course, it could be a sweet gum ball in one of the pulleys that's making the belt. Or it could be a spindle. I mean, if it's a spindle, they're pretty expensive. Well, the thing about it is, if it's a spindle, then, and it very well could be, I would want to replace all 3 spindles, because that mower's got 2,500 hours on it, 2,600 hours on it, and it has not ever had a spindle issue. And I know if it is a spindle, I know where it happened at, but putting spindles on, buying new spindles and putting them on there, that's really a small price to pay, considering the mower's got, almost 2,600 hours on it actually. So yeah, and it happened on a job where, well, I don't know for sure where it happened, but I think it happened, if it is the spindle, and it might not be, it's a pretty big vibration though, and like my foot right now is tingling from, you know, because I ride with a foot on the deck pedal, you know. So, you know, hope it ain't a spindle, but if it is, you know, I'll replace all three, and then that's it. You know, you replace all three spindles on one of these Exmark mowers, you'll never have to do that again. You know, unless you break something. But that mower is one of the ones that we used over there about a month ago, when we were out there doing the big cut, and the Bobcat wouldn't cut, the Bobcat went down and we had to finish it up with the big mowers. I think that might be, if the spindle's bent, where that happened at. So, I don't know, man. Who knows? But I'll check that out. Man, my foot's hurting from from all that vibration. And see, the guys that work for me, man, they don't really know, what it's supposed to feel like, And most of the time, to me, when little things like that are happening, the guys that work for you usually don't notice it unless they're just in tune with the machine. And since they don't have to pay for nothing or no part of the machine, most of them aren't in tune with the machine. Because the way to get in tune with these machines is to have to pay for some of it. Have to pay for some of the stuff. So yeah, that's how you get in tune with it. So I picked up another job. So I went out to, we did a job this morning. I didn't get no video over there because we were kind of just, behind the 8-ball all day. So over down here in my little city, they got a little bed and breakfast, and it's called the Veranda. It's a bed and breakfast, and so he called me last week, and he wants me to start doing the yard there. It's right next door to another one that I do. So I met with him this morning while we were doing the other one. I met with him to do that one, and we ended up doing both of them. But while I was there, me and the owner were talking, and he wants me, he needs some trees trimmed off of the structure and all. So we ended up negotiating a $700 job over there. So that's good. Tree trimming, just some things that you got to have a lift for. I mean, you couldn't do it without a lift of some kind. I guess you could, but I couldn't. And we're going to be cutting off a one branch off of a magnolia tree, and the branch is big. It's a tree in itself. So I'll be doing that, and then we're going to trim some stuff off, actually off of the side of the building, because he wants to paint the building, and he can't paint it with all this stuff growing on it. So I'll do that, and yeah, it looks like that's going to be a good paying job. And like I was talking about yesterday, just identifying all this stuff is years ago I would not have even noticed or paid attention to these things. I would have never got that $700 job. And as you evolve in your business, you should be able to pick up jobs like that, especially if you've educated yourself just a little bit on equipment and all. And the way I educate myself on equipment is to do research and just Google stuff and reading about it, and YouTube, and that's how I research equipment. And then you start buying different kinds of equipment. Like I bought the lift. I didn't know anything about lifts before I bought it. I just knew that I could make money with one. I knew that I could make whatever the lift cost. I can make that money back in a couple of years. That's what I knew. I never in a million years would have thought that the lift would have generated, you know, as of now, I'm at about $9,000 with the lift, $9,500. So after this job right here that I do next week with it, and that's when I'm going to be doing that trim over there, I'll be at $10,000. So easy, you know, easy. And then we got a couple more jobs coming down the pipe, you know, to where we'll generate another, you know, 2,500 or so. So here in the next month, I'll be at $12,000, $13,000 of my $17,000 back. Right, y'all. That's what I'm saying. And y'all know when I bought the machine, I ain't had the machine a hot minute yet. I mean, the machine is, I've had it for 3 months. I got it a couple days before Christmas. So that tells you how lucrative this is. And I just stay with it, man. You know, the lift can sit there for it might sit there for 3 weeks, and then I use it 2 days and make, you know, $1,500 or whatever, and then it might sit for 3 weeks, and then I use it for a day and make, you know, $800. You know, I mean, it's been good so far, so good. You know, but see, once you start getting some of your money back, like right now, I owe $10,000. Well, not quite 10. I owe about $9,000 on the lift. Because like I told you guys when I got it, I paid $7,500 down, and then I financed 10 grand. And now I've told you guys that the finance company started playing games with me, talking about insurance on the machine and all that. And so now my payment went from $250 a month to $310 or $320, something like that a month. It's automatically withdrawn out of the account, so I don't really even know the exact. But I don't like that shit, man. I don't like to have to, well, to finance a piece of equipment and then them not tell you all this other stuff, and they just surely did not tell me that. So, you know, I do a couple more jobs with it. I'll probably just go on and pay it off, man. They told me I couldn't pay it off within a year, but I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna see what the payoff is, and I'm gonna pay them off. I'm gonna, you know, and I don't know if they can tell me I can't do that or what. I just want to pay it off and be done with it, because simply because of the $60 a month fee that they added on for insurance on the machine. I just don't like people playing games like that with my money. You sign a contract and didn't say nothing about that, and then they added that shit on. That just ain't cool, man. It's Ray. I'll kick back with y'all, man. Peace out.